In this podcast episode, Jaspreet Singh dives deep into the significant economic shifts driven by artificial intelligence and evolving financial realities. He explores the urgency of adapting to a rapidly changing labor market, the retirement crisis facing America, and the misconceptions many hold about wealth building. Jaspreet also shares practical financial principles and mindset shifts necessary to thrive in this new era, weaving through themes of AI disruption, investment strategies, tax efficiencies, and generational wealth education. Jaspreet opens by emphasizing the swift impact AI is having on the economy, faster and more profound than the internet revolution. He explains that the fifth industrial revolution, marked by the convergence of humans and technology, is compressing the timeline for adaptation. AI's rapid development, from its inception in 2022 to the near future, demands people and companies transform how they work. Jobs will increasingly require individuals to perform at the productivity level of 10 people today, facilitated by AI tools. Without mastering AI, workers risk obsolescence or unemployment within the next 5 years. This transformation not only threatens existing companies, but also forces entrepreneurs and employees alike to embrace tech integration for survival. Linked to these shifts, Jaspreet highlights the looming retirement crisis in America, arguing it to be the largest in history. The traditional belief that a good job, a 401k, and homeownership will secure retirement no longer holds. Rising living costs such as groceries, rent, and vacations, coupled with stagnant wages, are eroding financial stability. Moreover, many Americans underestimate the costs buried within these safe assets. For instance, homeownership comes with ongoing expenses like property taxes and maintenance, which can outpace benefits if not managed carefully. The widespread reliance on 401ks is also problematic. Fees and lack of awareness diminish investment growth, jeopardizing future retirement security. Jaspreet traces the history of industrial revolutions to provide context. Each successive revolution, from the industrial factory era, electricity and mass production, digital technologies, smart technologies, to now AI, has shortened in duration but increased in impact. Whereas the internet took decades for widespread economic transformation, AI is accelerating change exponentially. This rapid evolution necessitates proactive learning and adaptation, much like early internet adopters who reaped outsized benefits. Jaspreet warns those who ignore this reality risk falling behind economically as the technology landscape evolves faster than most human capacities to adjust. Central to Jaspreet's message is the idea that the average person's approach to money is flawed due to a lack of financial education. Traditional schooling teaches formal education, good degrees, and jobs, while neglecting how money truly works. Wealthy individuals play a different game, focusing on having money work for them rather than working hard for money. This foundational gap causes most people to make financial choices that lead to gradual impoverishment rather than wealth. For example, saving money in low-interest bank accounts effectively means losing value due to inflation. Credit card debt with high interest further drains resources that could otherwise be invested to build wealth. Jaspreet breaks down building wealth into 3 phases: getting money, growing money, and protecting money. The first phase stresses earning income and establishing financial discipline, avoiding credit card debt, building emergency funds, and clearly segmenting spending, saving, and investing. He advocates a 75-15-10 system where 75% of income is for spending, 15% for investing, and 10% for saving to ensure consistent capital accumulation. The second phase involves moving beyond the passive, hope and pray investing strategies to active investing based on market shifts and informed research. Doing so can improve returns marginally but significantly over time. Protecting money involves understanding tax codes and legal structures that minimize liabilities and shield assets from risks, such as lawsuits. Jaspreet challenges popular assumptions about homeownership and retirement accounts. He explains that mortgages often involve paying much more in interest than principal in the early years, and refinancing resets this costly timeline. Home equity is not income and burdens owners with ongoing expenses that can quickly become overwhelming in retirement. Similarly, many people do not understand how 401k fees reduce their net returns, sometimes unknowingly paying significant sums to fund managers without adequate performance benefits. This lack of clarity results in many not saving or investing adequately for future needs, contributing to the retirement crisis. Jaspreet stresses that negative beliefs and traumas around money significantly hold people back. Many grow up thinking money is scarce, evil, or only for a select few, creating mental blocks against wealth accumulation. These limiting beliefs are reinforced by observations of others who seem to succeed without formal education or by the cultural stigmatization of wealth. Reframing money as a tool, abundant, and a means to freedom helps reset damaging narratives. He further highlights how desires for instant wealth and succumbing to get-rich-quick schemes often emerge from desperation and lack of financial literacy, leading to losses rather than gains. Emotions frequently undermine long-term financial success. Jaspreet points out that fear, greed, and impatience cause many investors to sell during market downturns and miss out on recovery gains. The best investors, ironically, are those who hold investments long-term. Even after death, estate holdings often outperform many living investors simply because they avoid emotional reactions and frequent trading. Jaspreet recommends steady commitment and constant learning as antidotes to this common pitfall. Understanding financial knowledge as true generational wealth, Jaspreet underlines the importance of passing down money education and healthy beliefs about wealth. He advocates parents change their language to instill possibility instead of scarcity, such as using "we can't afford it yet" instead of "we can afford it." Encouraging active learning about money alongside children and modeling generosity and service helps build character and long-term perspective. Introducing practical financial lessons early can counteract the third-generation theory, where wealth dissipates due to missed financial stewardship. Jaspreet delves into tax planning and legal structures as vital parts of wealth preservation. Recognizing different categories of income, ordinary, portfolio, and passive, and their respective tax rates allows smarter financial planning. Creating business entities like LLCs not only opens deductible expenses, but also limits personal liability, protecting wealth from lawsuits. These tactics legalize ways to reduce taxable income and preserve capital that can be reinvested into growth opportunities. The wealth-building process, Jaspreet explains, can seem overwhelming, but should be approached gradually. Like physical fitness, financial health is gained through consistent small steps, addressing immediate crises like debt before worrying about taxes and estate planning. Prioritizing paying down high-interest debt, growing income streams, and slow but steady investing lays a strong foundation. Success requires patience, persistence, and cutting through much of the noise around money by focusing on reliable principles rather than fads or hype. Ultimately, Jaspreet shares 4 belief affirmations as cornerstones: viewing money as a functional tool, acknowledging its abundance, committing personally to becoming wealthy, and recognizing wealth building as a personal responsibility. He encourages listeners to shed victimhood mentalities and adopt ownership of their financial futures, supported by education and adaptive action. This mindset overhaul, coupled with disciplined execution and learning, equips individuals to navigate the uncertain economic landscape ahead and secure lasting financial freedom.